Today I am going to show you how to make cabbage rolls in the crock pot. The flavors are all going to be there. If you don't know what a cabbage roll is, you take cabbage leaves, we're going to soften them down, we're going to stuff them with a ground beef, rice, tomato mixture. We're going to let them steam in the crock pot for hours with a delicious tomato, kind of a gravy inside of there. If y'all are ready, I'm on the back burner back here because we had a lot going on. First off, we need to steam our cabbage. And then, of course, we've got to make the rice right there. You're going to take your cabbage head. It's going to have a core on the bottom, and we've got to get that core out because we want the steam from the water to get up in there and loosen these leaves up. So what I'm going to do is take a very sharp knife. I'm going to cut off the bottom. Now I've already taken off 2 leaves off the top here. Got to clean it up a little bit. Give it a nice wash. All right, there's the core. So I'm just going to take my sharp knife and be careful with it, okay? We're just going to go in, and then I'm just going to keep doing that until I get all the way around. Then we're going to pop it out. So as you're cutting the core, kind of go inward, okay? Right there. I'm going to get a spoon, heavy-duty spoon. I'm just going to go in and pop that core out. There we go. Okay, we're going to put our cabbage in a large pot. Now I've only got it filled about 1/4 of the way up with water because we want to be able to steam the leaves off of it. We don't want it floating in there. I'm going to put this on a high heat and we're going to get this boiling. Now you can do this step while you're working with your cabbage. In the meantime, while we're bringing that to a boil, we're going to bring another pot of water to a boil. Now I'm just using a medium saucepan back here. I'm going to place 2 cups of water in it because we're going to cook our rice alongside the cabbage, and those 2 will be done. We're going to cook that on a high heat and bring it to a boil. Okay, the water is boiling for our cabbage, so I'm going to place it in. Make sure you put it core side down and be very careful when you do this step. You don't want to splash the hot water on yourself. Just like that. Now, if you have room at the top to put a lid, that'll help really steam that cabbage. If your lid doesn't fit well on there, you can get some foil and put it around it and then just kind of lay the lid on that. We really want that to steam. Now, as you can see over here, I'm going to be ready with a sheet pan that I've lined with some paper towels so that when the leaves start coming off, we can lay them on our sheet pan right here. Okay, the medium pot with the 2 cups of water is coming to a boil, so we're going to go ahead and get ready 1 cup of long grain white rice. Take that lid off. We're going to add it to the pot. We're going to add in 1 tablespoon of butter. We're going to give it some flavor. Now this butter already has salt in it, so that's going to be plenty. Plus we're going to be mixing the rice with other things. We're going to give that a stir. We're going to lower the heat to a low setting. We're going to place the lid on. We're going to cook for 20 minutes. Let's check out our cabbage leaves. All right, use a fork and some tongs. See, that's peeling off really good. It's very soft. There we go. That's a whole piece. I'm going to lay it on my sheet pan here. We're going to keep doing this until we get all of the leaves off of the cabbage as much as we can. But I'm going to keep steaming it until the rice is done. Make sure you use your fork to help so you don't burn your hands. Oh, those look good. Okay, this is the 14th leaf that I have right here. I'm going to keep going. We've got all of our leaves. I'm just cooling them down a little bit. We're going to make the mixture for the inside. Now for the last little piece right there, what I'm going to do is just chop it up and put it into the crock pot with the cabbage rolls. That way we don't go to waste. We're going to measure out 1 cup of the cooked rice. Oh, it's nice and fluffy. I'm just going to spoon it into my 1 cup measuring tool here. Pack it down. I'm just going to put it in a bowl, cool it down just slightly. Got 1 pound of ground beef in a mixing bowl, large size here. We're going to crack in 1 egg. Ooh, there we go. Put it on in. We're going to dice up 1 onion. We're going to give it lots of flavor to these cabbage rolls. Now this is the same recipe that I use when I cook these in a pan in the oven. Well, I grew up with this flavor profile. My mom made these all the time. Passed that recipe on to me. We're going to cut the onion in half. I'm going to follow the lines of the onion. And then we'll just dice them. I'm going to place half of the onion into the meat mixture. We're going to save the rest. It'll be coming soon. Some salt. Some black pepper. We're going to add in some parsley. 1 tablespoon. All right. We're going to add in the rice. Now, I added a little extra rice to that because I had a lot of cabbage leaves going on. So another half a cup went in. I'm going to add this all in. There we go. Let's mix this all together. Want it well combined. Okay, look at that mixture. That is what we're looking for right there. We're going to start filling up our cabbage leaves. We're going to lay it on our clean work surface, just pulling out. Now I'm using a scoop. Looks like an ice cream scoop. I'm just going to go in, fill it up about 3/4 of the way on the small leaves, and then we'll fill it up on the bigger leaves. We're going to put it right in the center, nice scoop. Bring in the sides. We're going to bring in the bottom. We're going to tuck it to the center, and then we're going to roll while we keep those leaves pushed to the middle there. Just like that. We're going to lay it off to the side, seam side down. Take a nice leaf here, scoop. It'll be about 3 tablespoons right in the center there. We're going to bring one side of the leaf over. We're going to bring this side of the leaf over. Bring the bottom edge up and over. And we're just going to roll. Tuck it in, tuck everything in just like that. Boom, there we go. Make sure it's nice and tight. Okay, this is how many we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 of them off that 1 head of cabbage. In the same mixing bowl, we had a little bit of the meat mixture left over, but there's flavor in here also. We're going to add 2 cans of tomato soup. These are 10 ounces each. We're going to go ahead and add those. I'm going to fill 1 can up with water, and we're going to get all that out and put that in there also. We're just going to go back and forth. There we go. We're going to season with some salt, some black pepper. We're going to mix this together. We're going to get all that stuff on the sides into it. It's all flavor. Got my 6-quart crock pot ready to go right here. I'm going to move this off to the side. Bring it on over. We're going to be layering. We're going to take 1 ladle of the tomato sauce and place it into the crock pot. And just kind of lure it around. Just kind of cover the bottom. We're going to take some of the cabbage rolls. We're going to place them down in the bottom. Let's see, we got 20, so I'm probably going to go 7. There we go. Now what we're going to do is ladle some more sauce across these. Now we're going to have 3 layers, so keep that in mind with your sauce. Putting the sauce between the layers will help it not stick to the other cabbage rolls going on top of these. Another layer of the cabbage rolls. And I'll save the rest for the top of it. More sauce. Make sure to get them nice and coated. Now I'm going to take the rest of that cabbage that I couldn't get any more leaves off, and I'm just going to poke. I just chopped it up, and I'm just going to poke it around the sides here. We don't want to waste that at all. Plus, I know y'all realized I forgot my onion to put into the sauce, so we'll put it on top here before we put the final layer on. The onion. We'll just put them on top like that. They will melt down into this dish. All right, I'm going to lay the rest of the cabbage rolls on top. We're going to add the rest of the sauce. We just want to make sure that we pour them on top of the cabbage rolls. Go down the sides. It'll all melt in there. We're going to place the lid on. We're going to cook this on high for 4.5 hours. And then we're going to give these a check. You can also cook these on low for about 7 to 8 hours also if you have an all-day thing. I have errands to go run, which will give me plenty of time before these are done. I'm going to come back. We are going to try these. I cannot wait. This is one of my favorite childhood recipes that I used to love when my mom made. These are done. Took 4 hours on high. Look at that. I'm going to plate some up. You know I'm going to give one a try for you. Ooh, look at those. Plate them up. Make sure you put some of that tomato gravy on top. Let's cut into one. While they're nice and tender. Look at that. Cooked through. That's a big bite. I'm going to give it a try. That is so delicious. That takes me back. That cabbage is nice and tender. The beef, the rice, and the tomato all goes together. It's so delicious. All right, you guys, make sure you give me a thumbs up on this one. Are you making some cabbage rolls in the crock pot? Now, like I said, I have a cabbage rolls that I've baked in the oven, and I've also made a cabbage roll casserole a 1 skillet, and also cabbage roll soup. Go check out all of those on my recipe blog, catherinesplates.com, where you'll find this recipe here, making them in the crock pot. All right, you guys, I'll see y'all on the next episode. Bye.